we're excited to get home. We're excited to play another game in front of our fans, and quite honestly, we're excited for the matchup against Portland, where they put us in a tough game every time. We know that they're not only well coached with Phil, but they have weapons up the pitch. They're dangerous in transition, but they're also organized and hard to break down. So it'll be a great challenge for us. We're looking forward to it.
And what about this past matchup with San Jose really impressed you about the team and the ability to step up on the road and bring that back home?
What impressed me about our guys is that they bent, but they didn't break. They stuck together. They took a lot of pressure. San Jose's loaded on the front line. You know, anytime you're on the road, anytime you get the lead on the road, and teams start throwing a lot at you, it's not easy to handle. And I've said we're not just a young team, but yeah, we got some new guys into the team and a couple of injuries, and that everyone carried their weight and stuck together. And as a coach, it's one of the things that always makes me proud is that when things get tough, can you be at your best? That's always a challenge, and that they get to reap the reward of sticking together and not giving in. So that impressed all of us as a coaching staff.
And what have you seen in the past couple days of training this week that make you excited for this game?
Yeah, look, what makes me excited and gives me a good feeling and hope, as I say every time, is the commitment from our team to what we do around here and to each other. That oftentimes I'm a fly on the wall, and whether it's if another coach is delivering a video session, looking at the players a lot when they don't know I'm watching, and the energy that's in our team, the enjoyment that people have around here, players and coaches, that the culture that we've created is, we understand what this is all about. Yes, it's our fans, we're here to win games, but that when people come to work every day, especially the players, that there's joy in their behaviors and in their bodies. And that oftentimes can show up in games. That's not something that I ask for on game day only, you know. So what makes me feel good leading up is that they're a group that gets back to work. We don't get too high or too low. We enjoy the victory in San Jose, but we know we got to, shut the engines off before we ramp them up again. And that's what this week's been about.
Like you just mentioned, watching players when maybe they don't realize a player that's coming into this game for his first home appearance actually is Adam Beaudry. What have you seen from him just leading up to this moment, and maybe those conversations with Chris Sharpie to make sure that he's ready?
Yeah, we love young players. We love our specific young players that have come through this club, that not only understand who we are and want to become, they love our club. And Adam's a good example of that. Wayne Frederick gets minutes last weekend, and we're not afraid to use him when last minute Josh Atencio's out. And the young guys, there's little things that you can always poke at, but they don't let you down because they give everything for the team. And an example of an Ali Laraz, a young guy that's come through last year in a big way, you see he keeps growing. And now Adam gets an opportunity, but it's never about too much what you say to those guys. They're fearless. There's nerves. We all have nerves when we were players, at any age. So it's not so much about conversation. Or they'll know we're behind them, that we're excited for them, and Adam knows that I am. But I rely on, and what I ask those guys to rely on is the process, and that's what they have going. If I'm being really honest, seeing the success of Zach Steffen, that doesn't winning. If that's a win for Zach, that starts way before the win. And so Adam, the process that he has, the commitment to, again, his process and the work and they're hard on themselves, which being honest, Sharpie, our goalkeeper coach, he is a top-notch professional. The way he pushes those guys, he pushes them as professionals, as goalkeepers, but he pushes them as human beings to stand tall, in tough moments and to be accountable, to look hard at the work. He's so impressive, our goalkeeper coach, and I give a lot of credit to him, the way he's created that culture with the goalkeepers. So yeah, we're excited for Adam.
And last time we were at home, a 3-3 draw with FC Dallas to start the home season. Not the result that we expected, maybe wanted out of a first showing, giving those goals up. But what do you expect out of this weekend's home performance and getting back around the fans, having that energy and really stepping up?
Yeah, look, we want to keep building upon things and sticking to who we are and adding to the things that we do in all the phases of the game. But most of all, we want to, what I expect and what our fans should expect is that the team goes after it. And I can live with the 3 goals conceded. We were on top of that game against Dallas. We were the aggressors from the opening whistle to the final whistle. And hundreds of people, I could see the look on their faces after the game. Our fans were happy that they got what they came for. Of course, when you ask a fan, what do you want? I want to win games. It's not, they want to see a team that they're proud of, that goes after it, plays on the front foot, that plays together, that doesn't quit, that runs hard. That's what, I mean, I'm not going to say for words what they want, but that is what they want. I know it. And they've told me that in every little appearance that I go to. That's what I expect. That's what the fans should expect, and the players should expect from each other. So we'll clean up the stuff against the ball. But in our league, when you play against the Dallases, St. Louis, Austin, you go down the list, LAFC, and you can look at San Jose right now. Every team is big money being spent in attacking positions. It's hard to deal with. So we're not going to live in a place where we have to outscore the opposition, but we're going to have to score goals to win. So we'll keep attacking, clean up things against the ball, but we're excited to get home and make our fans proud again.
And last one, this 4-game unbeaten streak to start the season is the longest in club history. What does it mean to you as the head coach of this squad to have that under your belt, essentially, in your second season as the head coach, to know that you are in the history books as the one that accomplished that with this team?
Listen, I'm just so critical of the work. I like that we're off to a good start and that 3 out of 4 games have been on the road and that we've had to take pressure in those games, and that's not easy to win in this league on the road. I'm proud of the way the team has behaved in those games and have grinded out some results, and I'm really proud of the way they stepped on the field at home, the one home game we had. I love the way we battled LAFC. In Europe, the aggregate's gone, this away goals. We went 2-2 with a really good team that they ended up beating Columbus, right? So I'm proud of the work that was put in preseason. We've continued some good stuff from last year. We're getting guys healthy. I'm proud of the way the team behaves. That's history books. Listen, if I'm part of good history, that's always a good thing, I think. And we've not talked internally too much about a streak of any sorts, but I'm sure the guys know about that. Look, this year we've been pretty hard to beat, and that's any team that I'm ever affiliated with at any level. I'm hoping that's at the core of it, that we're prideful and that we're not crumbling easily.